Brian, you a Falcons fan?
No, Titans.
Atlanta.
Before the season, you said that it's tough to grade tackling before you see it in a game. How do you grade it now through 3 games?
How do you create it? Well,
How do you grade
oh,
tackling
grade
through
it.
3 games?
I think we've been fairly consistent at our tackling. And again, often you're going to be in the battle before you really see how it is. But we've definitely been doing effective thus far. And you only know how good you are off of your last performance. So we still have to keep our thumb on it going into the next game. So once we get done with one game, we turn the page and we move on to teaching again, because the skill level is going to be better, obviously, this week, and we still have to go out there and execute and do our job.
Coach, the versatility in your unit, it looks, I mean, just what we've seen, it looks like you don't mind to play just about any combination of those guys in the first 2 or 3 deep. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think from a vision standpoint in the room, we have to create a culture that's going to foster to and embody to academic, athletic, and personal excellence. So when you do that, everyone is going to be encompassing, because we're always teaching everyone. And our vision is to have dual linebackers to where you can always get your best guys in. And one of the goals that we wanted to encompass coming in was see who was going to be the best combination of guys and who could play where. And I think the guys have really done a great job of embracing that and really putting that into play on game day.
Coach Jackson Arnold leads them in rushing, so he's very capable with his legs. How does your group have to, I won't say spy, but have to be very cognizant of his ability to kind of leak out and make plays when things aren't there in the passing game?
Yeah, and that's something that you really have to keep your eyes on when it comes to him being able to take off and run, but also them having some specific quarterback run games that they design. They do a great job, and he's obviously very efficient at what he does. He knows kind of when to take off, when it's there for him, and he is really smart at being able to get what he can get, and then he gets down. So we have to be very disciplined when it comes to us applying our job, doing our task. And if they do happen to get something, we got to let it go, a 1-0 mindset, go on to the next play.
Coach, I know you were high on Edwin Spiman in the spring and then fall camp. Just obviously made his debut against Kent State. Just kind of what are your impressions of him and how did he do in the 15 snaps or so he played?
That's still very good. He's definitely coming along and growing, exactly what you want from a young player. The one thing that he does not lack the physicality, and that's what you want in your linebackers, to where if you say run through the wall, I know if 13 is going, there's going to be a hole in the wall, and that's exactly what you want. And just as young players, you're always trying to teach them on the understanding of just the schematic things that you want. So seeing him grow and have a guy like Keenan Peely, having him under his arm, it's awesome. And he's actually reaping some of the benefits of that.
Coach, I think one of the guys we've collectively asked you maybe the least about is Jaylen Smith. He's playing a lot for you guys so far. What's he done to position himself as a redshirt freshman to play and earn your trust, and what has he done well through the first 3 games?
Yeah, the biggest thing Jaylen has done, he's been consistent. When he has a task to do, he can go apply the job that's needed on that particular call within the defense. The other thing that he's done is he's really grinded during the spring, during the summer, and during the fall camp of just making sure that he knows exactly everything that's going on within the schematic structures of the defense. So when he's out there, he's not going to be deficient, and he works efficient in all of his movements. As a young player, he's still developing, so it's not perfect just yet. It's still going to be what we would call kind of poetry in motion as he's still trying to paint his picture as a young player. But we've definitely been pleased with how he's been able to be consistent on the football field, and at the point of attack, he's been able to make his plays and make his tackles.
Coach, on multiple occasions, Coach Heupel has praised the eyes of the linebackers. What's the key to a linebacker having good eyes from your standpoint?
What was that? I couldn't see you. No, probably one of the best things to deal with when it comes to your eyes, number one, is just knowing that they have to be disciplined in the correct spot prior to the ball being snapped and when the ball is snapped. And I think that's the one thing that we work on a lot of time is going to be us more in just the visionary portions of the game, knowing what you can anticipate is going to happen, what's going to happen, did it happen, you got your confirmation because your eyes are in the correct spot. Now you can be able to go play fast, and I think that's one of the things that our young men, to a whole group, they've been really able to encompass that when it comes to our eye discipline, and that's probably been one of the reasons why we've been able to experience a lot more success on the field.
Take a few more. We'll go Vince, and then we'll go to Casey in the back.
Up front, Coach. Jeremiah Thielander was telling us how excited he was to see Edwin Spiman make his debut. What were some of the things that you saw on tape from him?
Who, from Jeremiah or from Edwin? Okay. Well, I couldn't settle the guys down on the sideline, number one, because when I put Edwin in the game, I didn't tell him. It was like we were coming off the field. Hey, you're going in the game. I did not give him 1 second to think about it. And all the guys on the sideline started going crazy. So every person was looking directly at him. But to see him go out there and play and be effective more than anything, I think we knew physically he could go apply and do all of his jobs. We just wanted to make sure that he could settle down, and that's kind of what coaching is on our end, just making sure he can be calm and everything can be slowed down for him. And that's exactly what you want as a young player, getting the exposure that he got at that period of time. And we thought it was kind of going to be a 15 to 20 snap scenario for him. So he's on course to growing with respect to what we want from him.
You mentioned how you guys are trying to find the perfect combos when you put out the linebackers on the field. What do you like about starting Arion and Keenan together?
For anyone gambling, it's the perfect combination because 7 and 11 will always hit pretty good. No, hey, yeah, I've been saving that one for sure. No, the one thing that you see from those guys when it comes to leadership and preparation, that's why that combination is really, really, really good. And I would, in my opinion, just kind of saying it's definitely for sure one of the best combinations in the country. If you look at their production per play, it will definitely speak for itself. They do a great job in the preparation. When you talk about being the gym rats, the guys in the building, they're here early in the morning, late at night, watching film, studying, preparing, getting the information on to the teammates, to the next group of guys who are going in. They're exactly what you want. And then when you push play, you talk about two guys that play fast together. That's exactly what you want in your room. And we've been very pleased to see them continuing to go in there. And from our standpoint, knowing we're getting into SEC play, we still have to continue to take steps and rise in our performances.
Anything else, Coach Inge? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you all.